Hero Factory. Here's how I found myself in the woods in the dark. I have no idea how I got myself into this situation. One day it was this gorgeous autumn day where the sun was shining and it was chilly and I was desperate to go on this walk. So I decided that I would wrap up in my hat and my coat and get my winter shoes on and I would head out on this autumn walk. And I just started walking and I kept walking and walking and walking and I found myself in the middle of the woods walking down this gorgeous path. And I was having the best time. I was enjoying myself so much. I had my headphones in. I was listening to my music. I was singing. I was listening to the sounds of the forest when all of a sudden it just got darker and darker and darker. And suddenly, in no time, I found myself walking in a dark wood. In the middle of the dark wood. There was all of these funny sounds and these funny noises and I was so scared. And in that moment I started to panic. Has anybody ever been in a scary situation and started to panic? Maybe you are worried about something. Maybe you're scared about something that might happen and then you start to worry and you start to get nervous. Well, I started to get nervous and I started to panic and I started to like get really overwhelmed and suddenly I just had to calm myself down and think about how I was going to get out of this situation. So I started looking in my bag and in my pockets and looking at all the things that I brought with me on this journey and this walk that I took my on. I had snacks and I had water and I had warm clothes and I had my headphones and my phone. I didn't really have much signal or anything like that, but then I found it at the bottom of my bag, a torch that had a light on. And what happened was I was able to put the light on my torch and it was able to help me see. And actually I wasn't that far from home. It just felt scary because it was so dark and I couldn't see where I was going. Have you ever found yourself in a scary situation? Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you don't really know what to do and you're a little bit unsure and you're a little bit nervous and a little bit worried? Well, here's something that might help. In Psalm 119 verse 105 it says this: "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." Now let's rewind. This time 2 weeks ago we started our brand new series, I Love the Bible, and I came and talked to you about how I love bread, how I'm obsessed with bread, how I could eat bread all the time, but actually I can't just live on bread. And in the Bible, in a book called Matthew, it says that man can't live on bread alone, but it also lives on all the words that come from God. So we talked about the word of God and how actually that's like a meal we need in our life and how food feeds our body, but the Bible feeds our soul and helps us in our life. Now here, what it's saying is that the word of God is like a light. You know, when I was in that tricky situation, that light helped me. It helped me see where I needed to go. And what this Bible verse is basically saying is that when we find ourselves in tricky situations, when we find ourselves in situations that are scary or situations that we're worried about, maybe somebody in your family's sick, maybe someone's being horrible to you at school, maybe you are struggling with your schoolwork and you just don't know what to do. When we find ourselves in those situations, of course, we can pray about it and ask God for help. But we can also pick up our Bible because our Bible is like a light. And just like the light showed me where to go when it was scary, the Bible can show us where to go when we're in these tricky situations. What now? Are you in a tricky situation? Are you a little bit scared or a little bit worried about something that's happening in your life? I promise you that if you were to pick up the Bible and to start reading it today, God will come and he will speak to you and he will help you in that situation. But also, if you are in a tricky situation, we want to pray about that. So what we're going to do now is we are going to pray a little bit more about the situations that we are in and that we are facing.